Welcome back to another episode of Love and Gratitude. First things first, as usual, my first question: how are you? How do you feel? I hope you feel great, and I hope that you're enjoying your day and that you had a wonderful week. From my side, I can tell you that I feel super exhausted, but just because I'm waking up super early almost every day. Yeah, actually every day, and it's just not enough sleep for me because I need my 10 hours minimum 10 hours sleep. But I'm doing so many things in the last few weeks. I was so busy and I had so many things to do, which was nice because it's nice to be busy because it's not nice. I mean, it's not cool to have nothing to do, because when you're constantly at home and chilling and doing nothing, then you're not really able to grow and develop yourself. So it's really nice when you're like busy and when you have your days and your weeks totally planned, and just many rendezvous or meetings, or just going out or going to university, going to work and whatever. It's nice, but it's also very stressful because I'm trying to do everything at once, and I'm trying to use my time as best as possible, and I'm trying to not lose my time, and because you have to be also very efficient and productive. But I definitely see that it's difficult because for me in my life right now, I am going to university, I'm going to work, and I'm also doing some sports and exercising, and then meeting friends, and then, taking your time for your family, whatever. But I come home late, so it's very difficult for me. But, it's stressful, but it's a good stress. It's like positive stress, and for which I'm very grateful, because I really don't like negative stress. I mean, nobody likes negative stress, and negative stress is actually also very unhealthy. And I mean, you can have diseases from unhealthy stress, and that's why you should not have stress and you should not stress yourself. But there is also positive stress. I mean, my friend, she was also telling me that she had so many things to do, but it was positive stress because she's moving out right now and she's like building her own home, and this is so nice because she's going to get married, and this is a nice stress. This is positive stress because you're also happy, you're excited, and you just have this excitement in yourself and that happiness, and yeah, it's just positive. And so you always have to understand the difference between positive and negative stress, because there's a huge difference. The negative stress can make you sick, and the positive stress is like more like a motivation, more like it's making you more, it's giving you energy and a reason to keep going. And so a small recap: I was learning so many new things in the last few weeks, and I met so many new people, and I'm just so happy, and it's so nice, and I'm just so grateful for it. I really hope that you're going through similar things, like through a time in where you're learning new things and meeting new people and growing and developing yourself, because the only goal is to grow, as a person, to develop yourself and to evolve, because that's the most important thing. That's literally the most that's the whole purpose of us human beings. I mean, why are we alive? It's because we have to evolve and develop ourselves and grow constantly. You never stop learning and you never stop growing. And also, I'm like taking new chances and outgrowing myself and crossing my own borders, like the personal borders. Sometimes I also, you may think that I'm extroverted and that I'm super cool and that I'm super chill with everything and I'm confident. Yes, I am all of this, but sometimes I'm also like putting borders on myself. And especially I also had an identity crisis. Again, sometimes I have this, which is very usual and normal and natural, because you know sometimes you can have this like once a year or twice a year. You just have to be careful that it doesn't happen often, because it can be also not normal anymore at some point. But like once or twice a year is okay, because you're like changing, you know, you're in that process of changing. And I had that moment, so it was very difficult for me to understand who I am and then who I want to be and who I want to become, because you know I always you're always changing. You can't tell me that you're not. Like, I mean, each second and even in the next second you're changing, because you know your mindset is changing, your point of view or your brain structure is changing. Everything always changes. And but also what I've learned is that I really need to improve myself in some certain things. I'm not going to tell you on what, but you know, we all have weaknesses and strengths, of course, but you know, learning by doing. So you just have to do it and then learn by doing it, because there are only doers, they always win. Remember, the winners are always doers, and people who are never giving up, no matter what is happening. I mean, if they're failing or not, because at the end you're always winning. You just have to keep going. And also I've noticed that for me, nothing can break me. You know why? Because you know, I started social media. I started posting constantly for almost a month now, and you know, I'm not getting many likes or many views, which is totally fine. But I received a comment recently where like critical comment. I mean, criticism is not always negative, but also positive. But that comment was negative, and you know, I was like, okay, nice. I mean, everyone can share his or her own opinion, but you know, it's totally fine to tell me whatever you like or whatever you're not liking, because I am open for feedback, but I am not open for negative energies, you know. So I am like putting that border around me, that mental border, so it doesn't affect me, because I'm a sensitive person, and usually many things are affecting me, especially when people are having that negative energy. Like, it's super drowning for me, and I feel exhausted right now, because I was just talking to a person and that person was just super negative. Oh my god, but I had to listen to that person. But you know, it's just normal. You just show respect sometimes. But yeah, anyways, coming back to the time management topic, we're gonna talk about the time management today, because I noticed that many people struggle with time management. And like for myself, I also see that, you know, also I have to study, because I'm going to have an exam in a few weeks, and you know, but I will also travel next week, and then you know, working and studying and going to university. Oh my god. And like meeting people and doing something with my family, it's just too much. But even though I'm waking up early, I'm not able to manage. It's so weird. Even though I'm not that much on social media, like I'm not wasting my time on social media just for posting and then just for scrolling for like 10 minutes or something. But it's really weird, because you know, it's not weird. I mean, it's so obvious, to be honest, because I just don't want to study, and that's it. You know, I always say, oh, I have no time to study for my exam, but the truth is that I'm not taking my time to study because I don't want to study, and I'm too lazy for it. But you know, it's just so boring. I really don't want to study. It's such an uncomfortable feeling, you know. I hope you feel me if you're studying, and if you're also having an upcoming exam, you know. And because this is also something, it's a topic I really don't like, and I don't care, you know. But sometimes it's just like that. I mean, what can we do? I just have to go through this. But yeah, coming back, I noticed that many people struggle with their time management and with what they're doing with their time. And, you know, you just have to be efficient, and you just have to have a good plan for your time management. And, you know, because I always do to-do lists, I can show you for a second, for the next days here on the top of my the notebook. I'm always writing to do, what to do, and for the next day, sometimes for the same day, like when I wake up early in the morning, because I always forget the things what I wanted to do, so that's why I need to write them down. But first things first, if you say I have no time for anything, that's wrong. You're lying to yourself, because you always have time for anything. You just don't prioritize it, okay? And there is a difference between that, like between having actually no time, and not prioritizing something. Because sometimes you can be efficient and productive in 10 minutes, and because sometimes when I'm studying, I'm taking like 5 hours for studying one page. Imagine, because I'm just procrastinating, but not with my phone. But you know what? So my desk is here, okay, here, and behind the camera I have a huge window, and I see the street, I see the houses, I see the people, and I like to distract myself with anything, okay? Just anything. It's just even just a small thing, even if it's just a bird or something, or the sky, the clouds, or whatever, okay? And if I really don't want to do something, then I have thousands of reasons to not do the thing that I don't like, which is basically normal, because you feel uncomfortable, you don't want to do it. And obviously I don't want to study, so I always look outside, or I play with my hair. It's so bad, really. Like, I have so many reasons to not study. Unfortunately, that's not healthy, but I just don't like studying. I think I don't have to explain it. But there are ways to regain control over your time, and I made a list. So first of all, get intentional with your morning hours, which is very important, because the goals that you set for the next day, for the day after the day today, are very important, especially when you do them in the morning. So you should work on your to-do list, especially in the mornings, because in the mornings you have a lot of energy because of the brain waves, okay? So and because of your circadian watch, I mean your biological watch, and with your brain structure, you always have more energy in the morning after waking up. It also depends on how many hours you're sleeping, but usually you're always having more energy in the morning. Okay, so get intentional with your morning hours and work on your to-do list, especially in the morning. Break goals into doable tiny steps, okay? And then, very important, stop scrolling to escape the hard stuff. Like, stop procrastinating. That's very important, because the more you're procrastinating, the more you're losing time, and the more you don't really want to do something anymore, okay? And so just count 1, 2, 3, and then you just do it, okay? Without thinking, because the more you think about it, the more you won't do it. And then block time for your personal passions, okay? That's also very important. And honor your me time. Because it's like, imagine it like an appointment, because it's very important to also take time for yourself. I learned this actually very late, like to take time for myself, because I was always so busy with other things, and I was not really taking myself important, but actually I'm the most important thing for myself, especially. So take time for yourself, because honor yourself, okay? Value yourself. You're the most important thing. You're the main character, and I'm telling this all the time. But honor your me time, okay? And ditch guilt for resting, because it's necessary, and take the first small action toward a big goal. Because, as I said, if you have a big goal, break it into tiny little steps and goals, because then it's more doable for you and reachable, like the little goals, and it will be more easy for you. And also celebrate your progress over perfection. Like, the more you do the little steps, the more you get more confident and get more energy and motivation, and also choose discipline over motivation, okay? Remember, because motivation is not steady and it will not last forever. Motivation will come and go, but discipline is the only thing that will stay. If you choose to be disciplined, okay? If you choose discipline, then it will stay. Remember, time is yours to reclaim, and choose joy over constant busyness. Okay, mastering time management. How can we master our time? First things first, plan your time. plan your day, plan your life. I mean, okay, you don't have to plan your life. Sometimes there are some people who are planning their next 5 years. I'm not gonna do this anymore. Like, I usually like to plan my year, the next year, what I want to do, my goals or whatever, you know, breaking them into little steps so it's more reachable for me and it's more, more realistic. Write everything you want to achieve in a day, just like my little to-do list. I do this basically every day. And write your goals on a physical paper, because your brain will receive it better. Your brain will actually understand it better, you know, because when you have something visual and when you have something on paper, when you can look at that, you know, it will be a visual reminder for you instead of keeping it in your mind, because, you know, people tend to forget things and people tend to, you know, push the thoughts away, especially your ego. So it's way easier to write your goals down on a paper. And also follow the 80-20 rule. 20% of your work will bring you 80% of your results, okay? Stop multitasking. Especially I was struggling with that problem. I was always multitasking because, you know, it's also like an ADHD symptom. I'm not telling you that I have ADHD, but sometimes I have these symptoms because I want to do all the things at once, which is a huge problem and a huge mistake. And I actually stopped doing that, like everything step by step, because, you know, switching tasks significantly reduces your productivity. Okay, focus on one task at a time, as I said before. Remove all distractions from your environments. I'm also working on this because, you know, I have my laptop, I have my phone, and, you know, everything is just distracting me, even the bird outside or like the cars or whatever, my hair. You know, I'm super distractible. And when you're tired, take a nap, because you also have to rest. And also take your me time serious. Learn to say no. You will never have enough time if you say yes to everything. Delegate all the non-important tasks. Don't wait for the perfect time, do it now. It's very important. Anything that can be done in under 5 minutes should be done now. Do the task that you hate first. You know, as I said, it's very funny because your brain is constantly tricking you. The more you think about something, if you should, whether you should do it or not, or like, it's gonna feel uncomfortable, or I just don't want to do this, the more you will procrastinate, okay? The more you will push it away, and the more your ego is gonna tell you, Rookie, maybe you shouldn't do that, you know? Or you can do it tomorrow. I mean, you don't have to do it now, and then you will never do it. But, you know, don't think about it, just do it. Okay. Do the task that you hate first and set deadlines. The tasks will never be finished without deadlines. And, you know, actually my friend and I, we're working on a project right now, and we want to realize that project as soon as possible. But it's also very complicated because you have to plan many things and you have to work on it, and it has like many steps. But, you know, I said to her that we really have to set a deadline, because otherwise we will always push it away in front of us, because, you know, we are busy anyways. But if we don't prioritize doing that, then we will never do it. And this is what I mean. Like, you always have the time, you just don't prioritize it. That's it. And you have to take your time, because when you prioritize something and when you set a deadline, then you have to take your time for it, even if it's just 10 minutes. Because, as I said, even in that 10 minutes, you can be productive, you can be efficient. Stop focusing on things that don't help you achieve your goals. It can be also people sometimes, because people who are draining you, who are taking the energy away from you, who are distracting you, you can just cut contact, you know, just distance yourself from these people, and just to achieve your goals, because your own goals are more important and you are important, okay? Remember. Don't be a perfectionist when it's not required. Schedule a time when you're going to check your email. Avoid all unnecessary meetings. Avoid negative people at all costs. And I talked about this before. And do what you love. This is the most important thing. So, to sum everything up, you can become the master of your time when you first prioritize your tasks, when you work with your to-do list, and when you do everything, okay, not everything, but the most important things and the most hard things in the morning. Second, goal setting, as I said before, and then time blocking. And fourth, delegation. That's very important because, sometimes when you feel overwhelmed by your goals and your daily tasks, you just start to delegate, delegating your tasks or your next steps, okay? And then, of course, you also have to think about breaks and resting because you're also very important, your mental health and your physical health. What I really like to do is going out for walks to collect my 10K steps and also to go for a run because it's really nice, And eliminating distractions. For me personally, it's still very difficult. I mean, if it works for you, like, taking everything away and just to sit in a room, in a empty room and without anything. But, for me, even just my shirt is enough to distract myself, Anyways, also saying no to things, especially to food. Also planning ahead and using technology just like ChatGPT, or DeepSeek. I mean, I'm also using DeepSeek sometimes, you can use AI for planning your day or like making a plan for you, a daily plan. And so you can be efficient, you can work efficient, and also seek for continuous growth. Because, as I said in the beginning, our purpose is to grow, and you never stop growing. You never stop learning until you decide to stop learning, until you choose to stop growing, okay? But that's very, very important, like really, because that's the purpose of us all. Imagine you're a plant and you stop growing, what will happen? You will die. I mean, you will not die physically, but your brain will die, okay? You should pay attention to not wasting your energy on unnecessary things, not wasting your energy on your phone, on social media, or on people who are like draining your energy and making you feel uncomfortable or making you feel drained, or exhausted. We're not gonna do that. Working against your natural rhythms. No. Just be careful. And last thing, reflection and reviewing. That's the most important thing at the end of the day. Sometimes I write down, like here on my notebook, here right side and the left side, what was good, what was not good, like the negative side and the positive side, what was good today and what was not good, or like my experiences or the learnings of today, or what I'm gonna change tomorrow, what do I have to improve tomorrow, or what should I pay attention to tomorrow especially, or in the next few days, Sometimes, I really like reflection and I do this constantly, I do this all the time. And, sometimes I also like to talk to people. Yesterday I met my friend and she was telling me something about myself, and I actually learned new things about myself just because of talking to her, because of reviewing and because of reflection. It was nice and it always helps you growing and developing. So do it and take care of yourself, and always remember to manage your time because you have time, okay? You can't tell me that you have no time. You always have time, remember. You just don't prioritize things. And take your time for yourself, take your time for the important things, okay? Because it's your life and you're the main character and you're important. So that's it from today. From today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. Do the reflection, think about my words, and think about yourself. Do the reflection, and always take care of yourself. Have a beautiful weekend and stay with love and gratitude.